So you've probably heard people say, shoot in 4K, like it's the only option for any video that you shoot. And you're probably thinking, what does that mean, shoot in 4K? Well, it's specifically referring to the resolution of your image that's being captured while you shoot the video. And you're probably thinking, what is resolution? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. So the resolution of your video specifically refers to the amount of pixels that are being captured on your image sensor. A few of the common resolutions that you'll hear: 720p, 360p, 144p. These are all super, super low resolutions. 1080p, 4K, 6K, 8K, 10K, and even 12K. So what do all of these terms and numbers mean? Well, I'm going to keep it very, very simple. The higher the number before the K, or the higher the resolution, the more pixels you're capturing in your image. The lower the resolution, or the lower the number, the less pixels you're capturing in an image. The higher the pixels that you capture in an image, the more detailed an image and the more sharp an image is going to look. And the lower, the less detailed and the less sharp an image is going to look. So for example, 4K captures, I think, double or triple the amount of pixels as 1080p. So as a result, a 4K image is going to look a lot more detailed and a lot sharper than a 1080p image. So let's go through a couple of common resolutions that people would use in video production today. So two of the main resolutions that people use today are 1080p and 4K. So first, let's talk about 1080p, sometimes referred to as full HD. This has kind of been the standard for online video or just general video delivery format for years. It's a really, really good option for most videos. And most viewers, when they're watching videos, whether it's movies or social media, is going to be in 1080p. So 1080p is a perfectly acceptable delivery format and shooting format. Now, there are a couple downsides to shooting in 1080p that 4K resolution addresses. So as of the last 5-7 years, 4K has kind of become the standard for video format you record in and delivery format. And it has about 4 times the amount of pixels as 1080p or full HD. So this gives more detail and a sharper image. And something else that allows you to do, which you can't do with 1080p, which is a downside to 1080p, is that you can crop in on images way more and not lose the appearance of quality. So essentially, the more pixels that you have, the more that you can crop in and not lose the appearance of quality for the viewer. So this is really helpful in a lot of social media editing, where you want to retain the viewer's attention with punch-ins and you want to jump all over the screen with different kind of cuts as you're punching in. 4K is very, very helpful for that. Now, something else you need to keep in mind when shooting in 4K or 6K or higher resolutions, they require more storage. So you'll need to keep that in mind whenever you're shooting your videos, how much storage you have on your SD card or your CF Express card or your SSDs, wherever you store your footage. Keep that in mind whenever you consider the amount of storage that you have for your videos. Now, I'm not going to go into any of the higher resolutions like 6K, 12K, because as a beginner, that's not really what you should be focusing on. You should be focusing on the things that can really make a difference and get a really, really good foundation under you, to where then once you go off this really solid foundation of the very fundamentals and the basics, then you can start getting into the 8Ks and the 12Ks and there's a camera out now that does 17K. It's wild. So I've said 2 phrases in this video: shooting resolution and delivery resolution. What do these mean? The shooting resolution is essentially what your camera captures. So right now, I'm shooting in 6K, but I will deliver in a different format. And depending on where you're watching this video, this either is delivered in 4K resolution or 1080p resolution. So the shooting resolution is what your camera captures the image in, and the delivery resolution is what you export your video at out of your software. So if you shoot in a lower resolution like 1080p, you could always upscale to exporting in 4K, or vice versa, you can shoot in 4K and deliver and export in 1080p. There's a variety of different ways that you can go about that. So if you clicked on this video and you're learning about resolution, odds are you're probably pretty early on in your process and learning about video production, which is totally fine. But here are a couple suggestions that I would make for you. So odds are, if you're a beginner, your laptop or your computer is not super, super powerful. So I would suggest you stick with either 1080, or some laptops and desktop computers have gotten really, really good where you can handle 4K really, really easily in your editing software. So I wouldn't worry about going into the higher resolutions. I would really focus on the things that you can control, like lighting and getting your camera settings to where you can just, rifle them off and they're just like walking to you. And here's a recommendation I would make if you have a computer that can handle 4K. Shoot in 4K all the time. Even if you're not delivering in 4K, it will pretty much always result in a better outcome. Because shooting in 4K, you can crop in and not lose a noticeable quality difference, and you get all the benefits of 4K while still delivering in 1080p. A couple things to note before we end the video. You always have to keep in mind, resolution is just kind of one key to the puzzle when mastering your camera settings. So it's just one part of the video production process. And shooting in different resolutions, they all have their pros and cons. As long as you understand the pros and cons of each of them, you'll be just fine. Also, something else to keep in mind, a well-lit, well-composed 1080p image will always beat a poorly shot, poorly lit 4K video. So resolution is not something you should focus on as the end all be all, but it's just a piece of the puzzle. It's something else that you need to understand why and how it operates the way that it operates and how you should use it to make your videos. But it's not the magic bullet that's going to make your videos really, really good. Ultimately, choose the best resolution that fits for your workflow and your delivery process for your clients or any videos that you're making, and then focus on the actual content and information and story being told in the video. Well, that's a comprehensive overview of resolutions and how to use them properly to create beautiful, engaging videos. My name is Hayden Cornfloss, and I am an in-house video producer for an 8-figure national brand here in the USA. And this channel exists to teach you exactly how to do what I do, which is make beautiful, engaging videos and create a career in video production. If that is something you're interested in building for yourself or you're interested in watching and gaining more information on, please hit that subscribe button as we release weekly videos talking about fundamentals of cameras all the way up to more intangible things like lighting theory and everything else like that. Everything that it takes to produce beautiful, engaging videos. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and hang out and have a little bit of a chat with me, and I will see you in the next one.